There's an African proverb that says that knowledge is a garden. If it isn't cultivated, you cannot harvest it. I repeat again, knowledge is a garden. If it is not cultivated, you cannot harvest it. With that I say, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is TV. We are global and social commentator. All we do here is we preach good governance. All we do here is preach the progress of African countries. All we do here is the ranking of African countries among other countries in the world. All we do here is to see Africa grow from strength to strength. And when we talk about growth, we talk about the economy, we talk about politics, we talk about the social aspects, cultural, and we're talking about using properly the mineral resources that Africa has. Africa, a lot of people have said, is the richest continent on earth. If only we could cultivate our resources. If only we were able to build up what we need to know. And that is why we say knowledge, if it's not cultivated, is useless. Knowledge, if you don't train it, you don't train yourself, you might go to the best school in the world. You cannot really come out and present ideas because you've not cultivated this knowledge. It should be taken and grew upon. And that is why sometimes I have learned not to reply many of my commenters. Because some people will say, well, you know the one insulting Obaseki, this. Now see the governor that we have. Listen. Your governor that you have now, Monday, Okpebolo, because he's so bad, does it make Obaseki good? When I spoke, I was looking about the good side and the bad side of Obaseki. Remember, I don't want to reply you, but for the benefit of doubt, to just clear my conscience. Remember, I told you guys that when Obaseki came, I did not know nothing about him. He has not been a politician. He came, we saw him, and we were urging for a change. The politicians have one form of governance that have really made that state gone bad, and we needed a change, and I embraced Obaseki. But what struck me most was after 4 years, I will say this again 100 times. If you people want to understand it, you understand it. After 4 years, Obaseki was interviewed by Shehu of Arise TV when Obaseki was campaigning for the next 4 years. Now he had issue with the Oshomole, with his party and all those riffs. So Shehu Akimboye, I think that's his name, interviewed him. If you can go back and watch the interview, Shehu asked him, what have you been able to do in these first 4 years? Obaseki said nothing. Obaseki said nothing. That was what struck me. Then Shehu asked him again, are you sure you've not been able to do nothing the first 4 years? He said he has not been able to do no significant thing in the first 4 years. That was when I decided that if a man give him 4 years, 365 days times 4, he could not do something significant for a state that is generating more than 6 to 10 billion naira a month. What we get from tax, what we get from the oil producing states, the 13% derivation fund, the 6% here, add all together, he was not able to do a significant thing that he can come out and say, this is what I've done for 4 years. For me, that governor does not merit another 4 years. And that was why I was opposed to Obaseki. Even at the end of the 8 years, can you tell me one mega project that he did not? He didn't do one mega project. Then people will not say, governance is continuity. We agree. But at least for 4 years, we're able to see what you did. It's not, I want to tell you about a man that we we need to go and look for his children or his grandchildren. Edo State is cursed. Edo State is cursed. You know what? We have treaded on the innocent. We have lied against the just. We are spat on the performing governor. You see, I remember a bishop of College of Education, one bishop, I cannot really remember his name now. He said as long as he's concerned, there have been 2 governors in Edo State. Ambrose, Professor Ambrose Alli on one side, and all the others put to sit together. Why am I dragging in Professor Ambrose Alli? For 2 reasons. He was a man who did 4 years. People, when Obaseki came out and said he didn't do nothing significant in 4 years, I want to compare what Ambrose Alli did in 4 years. Ambrose Alli, 4 years. What did he do? He had about 3 schools of nursing open. 4 years. He opened about 600 schools. 600 schools. He had about 4 colleges of education. Remember the Binio, the Abraka, the Asava, and the Wari? He also was the man who gave us Ambrose Alli University. ECPOMA that we use called now, Edo State University. He gave us that. I can say during his time as a student of University of Benin, I benefit, I think 2 terms in a bursary of 600. Agriculture was at its best. The ECPOMA rice, the Uzuari rice farm, you know, hand in hand, the Ajakuta still has a branch in Benin, in Edo State. That's what I mean. We have steel factory. I think they started the production of nails then. Nails. Where are the factories today? The breweries Ambrose Alli did. The roads, the interior roads that he did. In fact, these roads were so many that our local farmers were now using them to dry rice, using them to make sponge. Ask if you are below 30, ask your parents. Sorry, Professor Ambrose for 4 years. He was there for 4 years until the military now came and they bust them out. It was this Babangida, this same Babangida that came. Most of the civilian governors were put on house arrest. Governors that was worse than Professor Ambrose Alli. But you know what? The Beninese, the institutions connive against a good man. And they asked the federal government to lock him up and not release him. And the federal government now have to look for an excuse to keep him in jail. And what was the excuse? That he misappropriates. Misappropriate is the word that they use. He did not embezzle a kobo. But what he did was the money that was supposed to be used for, I think, agriculture. What was left? It was not even up to 1 million. It was 900 and something thousand naira. He now just pushed it from agriculture to education. That was the offensive, which of course is not an offense. As a governor, you have the power to distribute the resources, the revenue, as you were pleases. You can decide to spend 80% on agriculture, maybe 5, or just it's your discretion. But the Beninese, the Edos, they came together and locked a good man. People might not understand why I'm making this video. From Ambrose Alli to date, we've not had a very good governor. Oshomole was not also, for me, I have said there that, Baba Osho, I like Baba Osho. But if you look at Oshomole, he was not also a very good governor. Why? Because he worked for the Edo people for 4 years. The initial first 4 years was what he used to work for the Edo people. And the remaining 4 years, he used it to work for himself. Selfish and personal reason was the reason why he worked for the other 4 years. That is how it has been. The only man that has distinguished himself, that has worked for that state, was sent to jail for nothing. This man was in jail for doing good. Professor Ambrose Alli was jail for doing good. The man did not speak, but there's what we call nemesis. There's what we call the if you sin against a man, even if the man did not say nothing, there's what we call the law of nature. There's what we call cama. Cama has caught up with Edo State. And that is why I'm not surprised that Monday will come out and become the governor of the state. Because that state is cursed. And the only way is to go. Professor Ambrose Alli is normal. This man was put in jail. He loses his eyesight because of the condition that he was in jail. He loses his eyesight. He was blind. This man, I forgot to also say that it was during his time that we have low-cost housing estates. We have one in Ikobayi, around Ramat Park, instead here. We had another one in Ugbo area. He had close to about 5 low-cost housing estates built by him, and people are still living there up to today. Somewhere in Abraka, somewhere in Asaba, in Warri. He always distributes the resources all around. Like what I was saying, at the height of the J, he loses his eyesight. And what do you think? Why that man was going? The last word he must have said. Do you think he has blessed that state, or he has cursed that state? I believe, even if he has not opened his mouth to curse the state, what Edo State did to Professor Ambrose Alli, it is only going to look for his seed, his children or his grandchildren, bring them to Benin and ask them to please forgive the Edolites, forgive the Benin's for what they did to Professor Ambrose Alli. That is the only way. That is the only way peace will come to the states. You know why I'm saying this thing? Because of what a guy said, that we are all hypocrites. You were supporting Oshomele, and later you told you were against Obaseki. Now you are not saying nothing about Monday Okwebolo. I'm telling you now that I have looked how the trend of the governors are coming. Something mystical, something spiritual has happened. Not until, and I've traced it back to the evil that the Edo people did to a man who was upright, who has integrity, who did not wear shoe because he said that shoes would disturb him from walking. He wore sandals throughout his entire life as a governor. Sandals, because sandals will quicken his steps. This was a man who had only one car, the old G-Wagon. You know, the Mercedes G-Wagon of those days. Old, not this modern G-Wagon. That was the car he has, no more. So not until Edo people apologize to his seed, his children or his grandchildren, they are still alive, Edo State has been cursed. That it is that man that will come and deal with us. It is that man that will come and use us. That man that will come and siphon money from the states. That man that will come and make Edo State rubbish. He will be the man that will always be embracing. That is the cause I think nature has cost us, the Edos. What was his crime? That he appropriates 900 and something thousand naira, not even up to 1 million. It was Chief Igbinedion that went to pay the ransom because people didn't even want him to do it. That is how wicked the Benin are, the Edos are. And now they have gotten the worst of the worst. I sometimes I just laugh. Sometimes I just laugh. So I am telling you guys this knowledge now. I'm telling you guys this thing now so that you will have knowledge. The reason why I am telling this story is for you to have knowledge. Yes. For you to have knowledge. And also, remember, that knowledge is a garden. If it isn't cultivated, you cannot harvest it. Alli had free education. We have 2 universities. We have about 4 colleges of education. We have 2 polytechnics. He was a man who believed in education. He was a man who believed in health. He was a man who believed in old age. So this video is dedicated to Professor Ambrose for lunch, Alli. May your spirit forgive us for the sins our father sinned against you, so that peace will come back to Edo State. This is Any TV. We are global and social commentator. If it's the first time you've seen this video, we'll say thank you, thank you, thank you. We love you, but God love you most. As it is the culture in this channel. We'll catch you when we make the next video. Until then, we'll say chooks, ciao, adios, au revoir, hasta la vista, bye bye.